G'day scrappers, welcome to another scrap out session. Got a whole heap of interesting things, got some laboratory equipment, some awesome servers, some weird stuff. So this is a spectrometer, Perkins Elmer spectrometer. So I don't expect to see a real lot in here actually. It's more of one of those scanning things, so it's all about light and stuff, but yeah, it's still got to be scrapped out, and I dare say there's a lot of plastic, but I just thought it would be an interesting little scrap for you. So already down here it's just a little light globe and not much there, and yeah, usually there's a lot of there's aluminium and stuff in laboratory equipment, but it doesn't look like in this one. Oh, okay. Yeah, not much to it at all, actually. So that's where all the lighting and stuff happens, I'd imagine. Yeah, exactly. So it's just like little mirrors and stuff, and that's how they, I don't know, work out things, analyze things. Yeah, but we do have a few boards, and there's one really nice one. It's got a huge, one of those Motorola ICs, which I'll show you. Oh, won't get that one. Oh well, we've got a nice little motor there. So yeah, quite interesting. I really enjoy scrapping out things like this. I've got so many things to scrap at the moment. A lot of switches, and a heap of switches actually. So this week is the last week of that street scrapping area, but I decided I'm not going to go this week. I'm just got too much here to do. It's a nice chunk of cast aluminium there, but I'll probably just leave it all together and okay, we do have, as I was hoping, at least one really nice chunk of aluminium. Yeah, it's been so busy this week. I had 5 pickups and 2 drop-offs, and I've done all that in 3 days. So the last couple of days, all I've been doing is processing all this, and pretty much going as hard as I can. Because when I do pickups, I get obviously a lot of cable and wire, and so that's pretty much what I've been doing for real, 2 full days. And modems and little things, telephones. I dropped off a whole heap of plastic the other day, and I also gave away probably about 150 phones. The only phones that I kept are IP phones, just simply because we do get better boards off IP phones, so worthwhile scrapping out. But non-IP phones, total waste of time. Just don't get enough a very good circuit board, and so I might as well just get rid of them. Yeah, so I want to take out this whole big chunk of aluminium, if I can work out how. There's one of the little reading mirrors. It's got a little, obviously for some reason, it's got a little plate, kind of like silvery thing in there. Interesting. I reckon that'd be very high quality, whatever they are. Okay, so these boards are what we want, and yeah, so that's the Motorola. You know, I guess it's a kind of like it's a logic IC, or kind of like a CPU. The main thing is a little lithium battery, but yeah, these I'll look up this part number before I actually remove it. But yeah, a lot of removal. Nice, good board. I'll definitely want that, especially being Motorola. They're usually about the best for gold recovery when they're just regular chips. And this is just a standard mid-grade board. We can take a few removables, a little ceramic IC there, and a few removables. Not a great deal. Oh, this one's a nice. This is all EPROMs. How's that? About a 2. Wow. I suppose I can sacrifice the top of one. Okay. Yeah, so I don't see any gold in there, so not totally visible. Probably silver, but yeah, the rest I'll just look up these because there's so many and they're all the uniform same thing. So that could be if you get $20 each for them, and it's worth selling. So yeah, as expected, I didn't expect a lot from this kind of thing, but still interesting to look. So yeah, okay, so it's just a power supply. Surely it's got some nice gold pins. Yeah, what can I say? Just a little backplane board. It's only a mid-grade, this one. There we go. Not much. All right. Yeah. And the rest is just a molded plastic, except for this really, yeah, good chunk of cast. Stainless. That's where just a little light globe. It's like a little lamp. says deuterium. It says deuterium arc lamp. Yeah, don't know what deuterium is. Must mean something. Oh, there's a little board up here. So that's obviously just a contact board. But this one here, the LCD board, it's actually got 3 really nice old school removable IC chips, and I will look up these because they're so clean and so they are removable by the looks. So I'll check that out. And this, there's no point in taking this off because there's not going to be much under there. It's just contacts for these switches. Okay, let's get this nice chunk out. Okay, still needs a little bit of cleaning, but it's definitely all cast aluminium. Oh, just got to get this thing off, but you get the drift. Got to clean a few things off. Nice. Oh, what is it? Oh, about 5 kilos, so not much. $7-8 worth of cast alley. Okay, well, the rest of this is, believe it or not, it looks aluminium. It would be great if it was, but it's just plastic. And like I said, it was only a couple of days ago that I took a whole van load of plastic and phones, so I missed the boat there on this batch, but that's cool. All right, well, not much else I can do here. So maybe just clean up this plastic a bit. All right. Well, that is one item scrapped. Spectrometer. Yeah, so this big thing is going to have to hang around for a while until I send out plastic again. So we got the backplane board. Nice. Just a mid-grade. This one's a really good one for all these EPROMs. Like I showed, there's no gold under them, so I would just leave them on if they're not sellable. So need to look that one up. This one's straightforward mid-grade. And this one here with the giant Motorola. You get a lot of these kind of things in the Oddball laboratory scientific equipment, and so I want to do more research on these really big ones. Don't know if you ever seen, I've actually got the ones with the gold legs. They're pretty, they came out of something that was really awesome. Yeah, and I just wanted to check that deuterium, DEUTERIUM arc lamp. So just want to check on this lamp just to see what what's in it, what's made up, because sometimes they can have a nice little motor there too. They can have some really oddball precious metal, and then just the power supply, and these couple of boards here, but these ones are really good too. So not bad. It was a really easy scrap, really quick, you know. If I was doing it off video, it would have taken me 5 minutes just to rip in and go, but there we go. That's one item. I got these real unusual things. These were actually given to me from ATEC recyclers. Sometimes, you know, he always tries to look after me with, well, it doesn't always, but sometimes he'll look after me with Oddball electronics. And so I only took one of the spectrometers. He had probably 6 that I could have taken, I think. He had a whole bunch of these, so I took 4 of these. I don't even know what they are, but let's have a look at this, and we'll complete this pair of lab equipment anyway, because I got a really awesome vintage thing I wanted to show you. I think I got some cool vintage PC, a couple of more of those what I just showed you on top, and I got a couple Sun Microsystems. See that big box? That's one big Sun Microsystems server. I've got 2 of them that I picked up the other day, as well as some hard drive caddies and some other Sun. I really like the Sun stuff, so I've got another one outside, out there. Yeah, I'm flat out, I tell you. I've just got so many things that larger items that I need to process at the moment. Because all I've been doing is focusing on a whole heap of little things. I think I've done like 200 kilos of cable cutting cords and stuff. So, all right, let's get this one out the way, and we're going to scrap one of these weird things. Okay, well, so BioRad. Apparently, I think it's a chromatography instrument, whatever that is. Yeah, it's got these things at the front here. Not really sure what's going on here. Okay, some really, yeah, it's some kind of reader. Obviously optical fiber runs through and comes into this. Would be a interesting piece of kit. Not sure if there's going to be a great deal in here, but it could surprise. And well, I've got 4 of them, so I'm hoping there's something pretty good, as opposed to just plastic. Okay, is that going to do anything? All right, here we go. Yeah, just a big chunk of plastic. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, so there's a couple of motors. These motors would be pretty high tech. Oh yeah, don't know if you can see it, but motor goes one way and then it spins these things around the other way. Oh, there's an awesome board. Wow. And he's got quite a few more of these, so might see if I can pinch a few more off him, because I do like the board. That's what we want. Sometimes it's, you know, it's really hit and miss sometimes, like that thing I just did. I knew it wasn't going to be spectacular. I just wanted to do it just to see what's in it. But I had no idea on these ones. Okay, so that's where all the little cards go. And yeah, it's quite an interesting back. Alright, let me just undo all them. The board just fell out. Just get back down here. So it's a beautiful winter day. It's the warmest day we've had. And tomorrow is only going to get better. So it just gives me a really good chance to catch up as much as I can. But this... these are awesome. So they're dated 78 to 82. These chips here could be very awesome. They're that's an M prom as opposed to an E prom. Whatever that means, and no doubt someone's going to tell us. But yeah, got resin dip tantalum capacitors, got a lot of removable ICs, beautiful little NEC flat packs here. This is Zilog, EEPROM here. So this EEPROM says CPU 2. So yeah, that must be the CPU. These flat packs are quite awesome, and I really got to look them up. That's a great board. Just for that board, I'd happy to pick them all up and then deal with the plastic. It's power supply. There we go. There we go, just a regular power supply. Cool. Some of this cable out. Nice. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a little power board down here. It's all good. Yeah, I like these. I know I took 4. I left 4 on the pallet, but yeah, I'll probably message him and ask him to save me any left. So that's just a regular power board. I can take these ICs and throw it into power board, and obviously aluminium. Okay. Sometimes they come off, they break easy, sometimes they're really hard, but that's just it's basically a nothing board. They've got tiny little capacitors there, and these little capacitors are like a little MLCCs, resin dipped. See little tiny little yellow things. So on that case, probably throw it into mid-grade. And this mechanism here, the motors are really unusual, but I can't see if they're going to be really useful for anything else. Might as well get rid of these. Prepare it for plastic. Okay. So obviously, when we send off plastic for recycling, we want to try and clean up as much as we can. But mind you, when they when they shred the plastic, you know, they shred they separate the metal anyway, but it just makes it easier on the shredder itself. So I'm not sure how, they're not screws or bolts. There must be some kind of tricky way to get this part out. Okay. Just want to see how far I can get. When I'm using the wrong Torx, it's more of an Allen head, but so the bolts tend to stick, but okay, we've got one. I see. Okay. So there we have it. That's the motor. That it's made in Dayton, Ohio. Ohio. Yeah, so it's definitely a laboratory quality motor, Lebanon group. But see, it sort of spins, and then it spins this one. That's all cast aluminium. I think I'm just going to keep these like this, because I do get a lot of people asking me for motors. And these things, I'd have to see what this metal is. I reckon sometimes they got really special metals in these lab things. Yeah. So I've got a big day ahead of me. Big 2 days. Just got to scrap as much as I can, and like I said, I've been doing that for 2 days, but now I've left a whole heap of things that I want to have a little bit of fun with as well. It's not all about just, you know, money, especially when you're scrapping. So yep, I'll definitely keep these 2 motors. And obviously, if you're going to keep motors and things, you want to keep all the wire intact. You don't want to think, oh, you can be rewired. It might be, you know, very specific connectors or whatever. I don't know. So there we have it. All I have to do now is just clean off this steel somehow, turn that into plastic. But that was pretty cool. So we've got the power board and power supply, but this is the main man. And yeah, these flat packs are just beautiful, and there's such, because of the unit is so sealed, there is not a speck of dust on this, and there's such pristine condition. Definitely got to look these up, you know, especially when it's dated 78 to 82. Good stuff. Beautiful. I like it. It's not the most spectacular board, and it's certainly not super high value in gold recovery, but it's, you know, it's just really nice with everything removable. There is gold recovery there, you know, and I'd rather go for everything rather than selling this as a you know, like a telecom kind of board. Beautiful. All right, well, that was that. That's a couple of the lab bits that I wanted to get out the way. But that box down there, it's a super box. So yeah, I'm just going to finish off what I just done, and the next video will be that super box there, and it's more of a nostalgic value than anything. It probably will have good gold recovery because it's very vintage, but not that great. A bit like a PC or server, I guess. So that's it for now. So look out for the next video. I'm going to do, like I said, I'm not street scrapping, so I'm probably going to do a series of scrapping interesting items for this week. So probably every second day I might come up with a video. Just see how I go. I do want to do some of these old school vintage PCs. Got a few stacks of them. And the Sun Microsystems is just, as a eWaste scrapper, I just really love the brand, and anytime I get Sun Microsystems, so I was rapt to get 2 of these the other day. Thanks, Tommy, works at a hospital. All right, guys, well, I hope that was a bit of fun, and like I said, look out really shortly for the next couple of videos. It's yeah, just going to be a scrap out session week this week. Keep scrapping, have fun, and I'll catch you then.